Two of the most common questions I get asked as a professional triathlete are, how do I make money from being a professional triathlete, and am I still single? So let's answer that first question in this video. You're probably wondering why I'm sat in my car with a Tupperware full of jacket potatoes, tuna mayonnaise and some asparagus. Well, I'm actually on my way to Swansea to do a photo shoot with Zone 3 tomorrow, and the reason why I'm including this in this video is because it's worth talking about when it comes to making money as a professional triathlete, and this is something that I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into. The reason why I'm actually sat at the service station with this is because I'm trying to make sure I don't eat any more like shitty stuff. So as you can see, there's KFC, there's Burger King, there's all that bollocks. And well, because I've had some stomach issues in the past, for those long-time viewers will know about that, and I'm trying to just clean things up and make sure that, because I'm putting in so much effort into the training, and I really am working so hard in the training, I don't want diet, nutrition, something like that to slip me up on race day. Now this is going to be a completely different video, but hence the reason why I've meal prepped, so I'm not tempted to get a double bacon cheeseburger. That's all I want right now. But back to this video, we're on the way to Swansea, and one of the revenue streams for myself that has become a little bit more important now is sponsorships. Now these can come in different forms, whether that's product only, could just be a discount on products, or it can be product and financial as well, or just financial if it's just a financial company that are giving you money. Now it is by no means my main source of income at all, but I have got a really good relationship with Zone 3, and as of this year they've decided to not only give me products but give me some financial backing as well. Now I'm not going to mention how much the financial backing is, because that's in the contract that we can't mention that, but it definitely helps go towards, you know, pro license, travel and accommodation at races, stuff like that. So it's super helpful. Now, like I said, this is not my main source of income at all. However, it is something that I want to progress towards, and have more of these financially backed sponsorships, because product is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, the products are fantastic, but products don't pay the bills. So they don't pay for, obviously, life bills like rent, things like that, but they don't pay for coaching, pool hire, travel, accommodation, pro license, all those things. All those things are very costly, and you need to have the finances behind you to be able to obviously do those things. I want to become the best athlete that I possibly can be. It's going to cost me a shit ton of money to be able to leave no stone unturned. But back to why I'm going to Swansea, I'm doing a photo shoot. So in return for the products that I'm getting from Zone 3, but also the financial backing that they're giving me, I'm then in turn offering them obviously publicity on here, but also going to photo shoot days and stuff like that. So that's what tomorrow is all about. Going forward, I'm actually in a position now where I really have to think about taking sponsorship on board that doesn't have some degree of financial backing, whether that comes in race bonuses or just like a sum of money to help me out. And that sounds very arrogant, but you have to understand this is professional sport, and trying to be a professional, you have to spend money. It's very expensive to do triathlon. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, like you guys know that it's very expensive, and as a professional you want to have the best equipment, but you also need to pay the bills. You need to cover your expenses. I'm now in a position where I'd have to really strongly consider taking on a sponsor that doesn't have a degree of money involved with it. For example, I reached out to a company actually that is all over social media, and they sponsor loads of athletes. I'm not going to name the company, but they do stuff like products like micronutrients that help you sleep, and you know, vitamins and minerals and all that stuff. I'm sure you can imagine the company that is. They're all over the place. I contacted them. They sounded super keen. I mean, really keen. And I was like, oh, amazing. And they asked what I was after, and I said I'd love product, and I proposed an amount of money that I would like in return for promotion, you know, stuff like that. And they completely ghosted me. And so that's not me like bitching about that company. That's just me saying, like, there are so many companies out there that aren't interested in paying you because they could just find another influencer. I hate using the word influencer, but they can just find another influencer that's willing to do stuff for free. However, I'm in a position, and I believe that a lot of other pros are in a position where actually they can't just do stuff for free because they're trying to make a living from this, and they need to pay the bills essentially. So that's just a little story for you guys. And anyway, I need to crack on because it's getting on, and I need to eat my delicious looking dinner, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's just to give you a little bit of behind the scenes what we were doing. It was really cool to actually try out the new Vanquish suit, so I'm sure Zone 3 are going to have a lot more detail on that on their social media and their website. Do check that out in the links in the description below. It did mean it was quite a late day, so we ended up running over slightly on the filming, and then there was a big accident on the M4 on the way home. So I've only just finished training, and you can see on the cooker there, it's coming up to 10 o'clock in the evening. That's a late night. Oh God. The next source of income comes from prize money from races. Now again, this is definitely not a massive source of income. However, it can be a very big source of income if obviously you do well and if you pick the right races for you. And that's kind of why I alluded to the fact that I'm steering more towards full distance, because I believe, well, there definitely just is better prize money. There actually is good prize money in long course triathlon. I know a lot of people kind of complain about it a little bit, but there is actually really good money out there. You just obviously have to do well, which is far easier said than done, but I'm gonna give it a go. So that's kind of the goal there. Prize money in the past hasn't been that great for me, but I haven't had that many great results. Last year it was okay, made a bit of money, which was really cool. But like I said, I want that to become a little bit more lucrative. And obviously, for it to become a bit more lucrative, you need to get better results, but you can earn actually a decent wedge from prize money. And that's, fingers crossed, something that I'm gonna be kind of steering towards in this next kind of year or the years to come. Now, I've never actually seen myself as like a proper full-time pro in some sense. That might sound a little bit weird, but the reason being is because I work as a coach to make sure that I can afford to actually do the sport. That's not saying I don't love coaching. I absolutely love coaching. It's actually so rewarding. It's one of the best feelings, is being a part of someone else's journey and helping them succeed and being part of their success. Like, it's so rewarding and I absolutely love it. But in my eyes, an actual professional is someone who wakes up and just does that activity and that sport and gets paid to do it. And actually what I would say is there's probably 80% of the pro field have to have some sort of side gig or side hustle or job, whatever you want to call it, to actually fund their career. And I think there's that little bit, maybe a misconception. People think, oh, professionals, like, they must be doing pretty well, or they just get to wake up and swim, bike and run. And that's definitely not the case. Maybe for like 20% at the top of the sport. But I would probably say it's for 80% of professionals out there, you've got to do something else to make sure that you can afford to swim, bike and run, essentially. That's all I'm saying. But that's definitely the biggest source of income for me. And like I said, I want to hopefully over the next few years or so, as I get better and as I get better results, get those other areas a bit more lucrative, and kind of bump that up a little bit in ratio. But yeah, those are the revenue streams as a professional triathlete. I would say that's probably the same as most professionals out there. Maybe the different factors will change within that. And yeah, I should probably stop talking because it's just gone 10. I need to get some food and get some sleep before a 30k run tomorrow. So I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next video.